Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday, the 26th day of July. Yeah, a little warmer today. We got low 90s in most spots. That's where we ought to be this time of the year. And a few storms out there. You know, it's a summer afternoon in Alabama. The tropics getting a little interesting. Let's take a look. First off, a look at the sunrise this morning. Thought that was a really nice scene coming from Trussville, our Chalkville Mountain Road camera, about 7 o'clock this morning. And let's take a look at the same view this afternoon. The old cumulus clouds of summer on a hot, hazy, late July day in Alabama. Go way down south, there's the Gulf of Mexico, the public beach at Gulf Shores from the top of the Phoenix All Suites. A little cloudy-ish down there. It's a little unsettled. They're getting about 3 to 5 hours of sunshine each day with scattered showers and storms about. Here's the big picture. That's the water vapor satellite shot. On top of that, the contours at 500 millibars. Evidence of a little weak upper low over in the northeastern Gulf, little weakness down there, but other than that, pretty standard stuff. And notice how the air is drier over extreme North Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky. And then as you go farther south, the moisture is deeper. In fact, we'll peer at the radar as I do this update. This was captured at 2:47. And just isolated storms over North Alabama. They're basically over Lamar, Fayette, Marion counties in northwest Alabama, and that's it. The bigger storms are down south. Big storm down around Auburn and Opelika. A lot of lightning there, and the most widespread convection today is down there south of U.S. Highway 80 as expected. And with the increased sunshine here, temperatures have responded with mostly low 90s around this part of the state. Birmingham at 91. Those are 2 o'clock observations. The cool spot, Gadsden, at 88. Hot spots up in northwest Alabama. Haleyville and the Shoals at 94. And around the nation, boy, you know the deal. Childress, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas. That's the core of this heat out there. They've just been on fire all summer. Looks like they're about 104 out there. And again, numbers are coming up here. But again, we've had below average temperatures for a while. Interesting to note, July has been cooler than June for us this year. The average high for June was about 94.5. For July, 92.2. Check the watch warning map. Got a handful of flash flood watches around the nation. The severe weather boxes of all places are way up there in the northeast. There's one of those. That's a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock Eastern time tonight. That does just barely include Boston and Portland, Maine, places like that. But you know the deal. It's summer, and that's where the active convection is. In fact, look at the moderate risk up there for the rest of today and tonight. For the Dakotas, surrounding that, a slight risk for the high plains, and also that risk for New England. Tomorrow, slight risk areas way up north, and pretty much the same area day 3, which is Thursday. QPF expected rain around the nation for the next 5 days. And again, like I've said, if you look, a lot of people watch this, they're planning a beach trip. Don't panic when you see the big numbers down there. That's not going to be a total washout, but yes, you'll be dodging showers and storms, but the sun will be out at times. Heaviest rain about 2 inches on the Gulf Coast up this way. Amounts are lighter. And it's all scattered, so it's kind of hit and miss. All right, tropics are getting interesting. That little disturbance that's just below the western tip of Cuba is clearly better organized on satellite imagery, and the guys at the Hurricane Center have upped the possibility of that developing into a tropical cyclone to 30% within the next 48 hours. There is no low-level circulation here, but again, it is clearly becoming better organized. It's, again, near the Isle of Youth and the Cayman Islands down there just below Cuba. And now we've got some modeling picking up on this. The BAMSat, they bring that thing across the tip of the Yucatan, and they keep it on a general west-northwest motion toward the really the mouth of the Rio Grande, or maybe just below there. The limited barotropic and the Clipper, again, Clipper's a statistical model. The BAMSat would be the best in this case, and that's probably the right idea. But we do note most of the intensity models ramp that thing up to a tropical storm. Even the ship model brings it up to a Category 1 hurricane before landfall. So for those folks that happen to be watching this around Brownsville and McAllen and Harlingen, just be aware that you might have trouble coming up in a few days. We'll keep an eye on that. Should not be a problem for the Central Gulf Coast or our part of the world here in Alabama. Check the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. And it must be midsummer in Alabama, just old ridging aloft. 588 ridge, winds aloft, light easterly, and down below that, that drier air in the mid-levels that's worked down in here, that boundary will somewhat dissipate and kind of drift north, and tomorrow will be a lot like today. We'll call it partly sunny, a chance of a few storms around, but we think they'll be pretty scattered. Highs low to mid-90s. Again, just like today. The only difference is that the storms pop up in different spots. Thursday, evidence that the moisture could be a little deeper across the state. And both the NAM and the GFS are indeed hitting the pops a little harder, so it looks like Thursday the chance of showers and storms will be increasing a bit. And there's Friday. That looks a little drier. But again, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to look at these big green blobs on here. As we look at the pure statistics coming out of the model products, I don't see a whole lot of difference in Thursday and Friday. So for both of those days, a mix of sun and clouds, a chance of scattered showers and storms. It just doesn't pay to try and get too specific here. There's no skill in that. All right, Saturday as we start the weekend, clearly the upper heights are rising. We got a 594 bubble over us, but underneath that, there's a lot of moisture. And with the heat should come some storms, and they could pack a punch if we happen to hit the mid-90s with some dry air in the mid-levels. So Saturday again, partly sunny, scattered showers and storms by afternoon. Same thing Sunday. Looks like we'll be maybe mid-90s for the weekend, low to mid-90s. We got the good soil moisture, so the statistics coming off the models are way too hot. Monday, again, evidence of dry air trying to slip in from the north, and Tuesday looks relatively dry, but again, there's certainly not enough skill to try and identify specific placement. We do note the GFS wants to ramp the heat up by Tuesday of next week. It's got 99 here, but we know that the numbers on the GFS have been way too hot in recent days. In fact, there's the upper levels, and the heights are not that especially high on Tuesday. So, again, I think low to mid-90s is more likely. Check the end of the forecast, August the 11th. Look at the westerlies beginning to drop a little farther south. 594 heat squeezed off to the southwest, and down below that, for us, no real serious change there. You know what we're going to say. Chance of a few scattered showers and storms. Hot, muggy. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Being Alabama's news leader means digging deeper to get you the facts, working harder so you have all sides of the story, and not being afraid to tell the truth. Every day you award us by making ABC 3340 Alabama's most watched news. And now the Associated Press has named us Alabama's most outstanding news operation. That's 9 times since 1996, more than all other stations combined. And that's 9 more reasons you should trust the news leader. ABC 3340.